Hi, Internet. Okay, so I wanted to show my plant tracker in Notion, which, as you can see from my plants, and then me rearranging my office and other things I'm decluttering as we speak, big plant person. So obviously, I use Notion to help track all of my plants, what they need, their watering schedule. So let's dive in. Now, first and foremost, I have this entire huge master database that I call the master list of all of them. This includes, first of all, it's sorted by name, because that is most helpful for me right now. But I keep a master list of everything. And I first by name, I guess we'll just go through like the whole, all the things I have. Priority care for me means how is the plant doing? Now, the reason I keep notes on plants that have died is that sometimes I'll buy them again. I don't want to do the research on the sun and all the things. And also it lets me reflect on like, okay, if I buy this plant again, what was I doing for it? What happened? How can I not have that happen again? So, I keep it all, but obviously I have master list as my main, no, okay. Focus me, priority care. And then I do last watered. I didn't really keep this up as much. Generally I've been taking care of my plants for so long that I can tell. Well, I kind of remember when I last watered them, so I didn't really need to put the date. But if I'm getting really, really particular about a plant and it's dying and I'm concerned, then I will. Like, then if it's not doing well, then I will in fact water. And then I take notes on how often the plant wants to be watered. Like, what is the plant? How often does it want water? What kind of light does it want? How many of them I have? Because there were some plants that I have, like orchids. I have a few, so I just need to keep track of all of them. So like when I'm watering, I can't forget that I have more than one. If I do fertilizing, I don't really track that as much. If I want to keep track of when it last flowered, like plants like my orchid and stuff, that does matter because it flowers only so many times a year, and I just want to maybe keep track when it applies to that plant. For when plant seeds, this is for when I have more than a studio, and my goal with this was like, okay, there's some seeds you plant in, like, let's say first frost or whatever, like early spring. And then there's some seeds you plant in like mid-June, like you can kind of plant a whole garden. I haven't had more than glorified studio space in a minute, so it'll take me a while to back to there, but I'm leaving it there because it will come in handy soon. When did it last bloom? I could replace that with last flowered, but whatever. And then I have notes for what I'm currently doing with that plant, what notes on just taking care of it, notes on things, and then I have a little how is the plant doing. So I accidentally hurt my air plant. I think this is I didn't mean to. Yeah. Some plants, if it just dies, let it go. And then where is it? This mattered a little more when I had a 1-bedroom and like, okay, which window was it in? Where was it? So I remember to water it. The watering rules, because plants are picky and some only want certain kinds of watering routines. More info. That's just general. Warning signs for me means like, okay, if this plant has these symptoms, something is wrong. The type, houseplant, herb, succulent, that kind of thing. Notes on cutting it or trimming it, which applies more to my tomato plants and like ones like that. How big it gets. So I need to plan accordingly if it's going to become a huge plant. Notes on propagation. Now some of these have like more notes depending on what kind of plant it is. I also have a relation to companions to like, so basil and tomato grow well together. You know, like there's some plants you can put together, and I have some notes on that. Types of soil that certain plants like. Not too filled out, because it doesn't, for the most part, I know succulents want their succulent, you know, but I have it there if I need it. Fertilizing info. Some plants are a little pickier on when they need to be fertilized or not. I have a date for when I purchased it or started the seeds. Just, I thought that might be interesting to track at some point if, like, I want to track how long the plant's been alive. And then humidity info. Like, do they want humidity? And if so, what do they need? Now, I know most of this is blank. A lot of this is really just here. This is much more of what I keep track of. But I just thought I would show you everything I have for, especially when I have a garden again and can really, really utilize all of this. But as you can see, a lot died, but a lot of these are also seasonal. Like eggplant is just a seasonal plant. It's here, it's done, you know. Not a lot of them live forever. But so now that I have all of those filled out, I also have, this is the master list of absolutely everything that I could possibly need to know, and every plant I've ever had. And then in the gallery view is ones that are alive, but I also have pictures of them to keep track of kind of like how they're doing or what's happening with them. Like, here is my pothos, some notes, information. I did track when I bought that one. And there it was at the time. And now it's huge and vibrant and thriving over there. But this is how I keep track of them. So you can make that little gallery view, which is always fun. And then I have just a filter set up for ones that are, in fact, not dead. So I can keep track of what is actually alive and how they're doing. And I just kind of go in here. I just select around, you know. It's not too complicated. I don't have a lot right now, but I can imagine if you had a lot and a garden and a huge thing, this would become overwhelming, but this is a way to keep track of it. Also in here, you know, you could set up not just last watered, but like water next with another date property that you have give you a notification so you can remember to water your plants if that's something you need. But that's pretty much it. That is my plant tracker. Down here I just have like a little plant wish list. I was keeping track of seeds I currently have, if that's something that matters to you. I have a check mark for like I'm actually growing them right now. I have like, I would like to grow these. Name, when to plant, some information in there, how many seeds I have left, give or take. I keep track of running out, because if I'm going to put in a seed order, I just come in here and go, okay, well, I'm pretty low on my hybrid bell peppers, so I could get another one. And then some I have like a bunch of, so then it's not so important. And then just notes. And that is pretty much it. I think, did I have anything else? Oh, and then like, I have a plant wish list, but then I thought I would move them into dream plants and just turn it into a giant database, because I keep seeing plants on Instagram because it knows what I want, and just somewhere to keep track of those. So anyway, that is it. That is my Notion plant tracker. That may be way too much for some people. That may be not enough if you have a real garden, but I just thought I would show it anyway. So that is it. Thank you guys. If you want some other Notion things, just let me know. If there's something in particular you want me to cover about Notion, I've been using it for years. Let me know, please. Awesome. Bye. Oh yeah, YouTube plugs, like, subscribe. If this was helpful, please like it. It helps the YouTube algorithm. So now that is it. Okay, bye guys.